See, now I don't know, do I have us or not?
Let's see.
See what I mean? Do I have us?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm not sure where to hold it at.
I think that's about right.
Hey everybody. This is my good friend right here. This is Kaylee. You all probably all know her. And we're here picking up a nuke.
Yep. We got some bees.
We're going to talk about some bees. Okay. So.
Welcome to my bee garden. It is still in the works. I have got a lot of work to do, as you can see. Still planting, letting some flowers bloom. We have a lot of clover. The majority of our pastures are all clover, and the bees love it. So it's always a good plus to have. I have a lot of people that ask about, what do I plant? So basically let it grow. That's what I plant.
That's what we do. We throw seed, so red clover and white clover. And
we're gonna, I've got a huge pasture down below that I'm gonna play around with some crimson clover this next season. We're gonna be modifying our bee yard over the winter. This is going to become our nuke yard, our baby bee yard, and then my plans are to move the big hives, the big boys, because we grew a lot this year and we're not done. I still have to split at least 4 or 5 of these. I believe are pretty much ready.
Right. Now that one back there's,
oh yeah,
they're hot.
That one
they're fanning.
That is a very hot hive. That one was supposed to be split today, but didn't happen. So that's all right. Sometimes that happens with beekeeping, you know. You've got intentions and then, you know, you walk away and find something else. So we've got, we keep our hives anywhere, we try to keep them around 12 inches off the ground, mainly because of predators. Not so much bear, but when you're thinking of raccoons or anything that's low lying that can get in there, you want to think about the predator. So when they're trying to get into your bees, you got to think about their underside. That's their vulnerable side. So they try to stand up, and of course, you know, the bees get in. But you don't want to do too high because your boxes are going to grow, and then if you're short like me, you're going to need a step stool.
Right.
This one is our makeshift pallet because we have been splitting and catching swarms and making bees like crazy. So we throw a pallet down and it works fine. So this I would do for nukes, but probably not for big hives.
Right.
So.
I think I'm going to we'll start it out there because eventually I'm going to build the horizontal long straws.
Nice. That'll be really nice.
So temporarily they'll be probably 2 skids high.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I really want to play around with trying some horizontal hives as well.
We just got so far behind. We're building and...
It's life.
Yeah.
It's life. I know a lot of people, I know myself personally, getting resources have been a little challenging, mainly because of everything that's kind of happening, you know, so we're basically doing what we can with what we have, and the bees are thriving.
Right. Now, question. I've noticed that you've got your small reducer opening. Open on all of them.
I do. Okay, so there's a theory behind that. I have a couple that we're switching over. I'll never actually let my colonies go full open. And some people might disagree with me, and that's okay. I will flip them over to the medium section, but we have a European hornet issue, so we do keep our reducers to either the small or the medium. A lot of our colonies are still kind of ramping up. So I will probably be tomorrow switching over and letting them have a bigger, I already kind of started.
I see there's one there that's got the bigger one.
And so letting them kind of get them switched over. A lot of it, you know, I would go in and switch them all, but it's another way for me to kind of know, okay, I did the back row, now I know I got to come and do the front row. Right.
So you open them up during the summer and...
I open them up during the summer to the medium. I never go full open. I will do, if I have like a late swarm, I will keep it as a smaller.
Okay. What do you think how do you think I should start these guys that I'm getting?
You probably be fine with a medium.
With the medium?
With the medium opening?
Yeah.
Mainly.
Do you suggest splitting it right next to the one?
If I split, I do like to do a same split. I try to keep the queen in their original, and
Right.
then, you know, keep them next to each other. There's a whole list.
So you just
of,
pull in brood and bees and then letting
Half
them
and
make
half.
their own?
Yeah, half
Okay.
and half. But I would watch. I wouldn't do it like right now. It's still early, so you'd
Oh,
probably
yeah.
be
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
If you get a queen, it would give you a little bit of a boost.
Right.
You know, to be able to, okay, like she's going to be ready to start laying, so that kind of cuts down that time
Right.
of, you know.
Well, I too want to let them get used to where they're at
Right.
and everything before I go splitting.
So, and yeah, I mean, but yeah, I was pretty impressed with that colony. I picked it up and I was like, oh gosh, that's a nuke. So,
It's a big one.
yeah, but I still have, like I said, I have a lot that I need to finish splitting. A lot.
That one over there.
Yes, that one over there. That one is definitely, that one was not queen right for a good little while, and since she just kind of started, you know, laying again, she took over. So, but it's
Okay.
funny, the ones, if you notice, the ones on the end are typically a lot larger because
Right.
of drifting. You know, so I'm kind of watching how everything's going. So of course the ones on the end are going to be heavy producers.
Right.
I have to fix the lid on that one. I just realized that.
We had, well, I noticed it, but I wasn't going to say
That's
anything.
all right. I can fix it. So let me do that
All right.
real quick because it's bothering me.
It's bothering you?
So I don't know what you think of ratchet straps, but
I ratchet straps all mine.
I love it. You know how many people I know that have lost their colonies because a windstorm comes up
Mhm.
and just blows the lid right off, and you know.
When we had bees before, we had a bear get in.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, it toppled it over and it all popped apart. So we started ratchet strapping
Yeah,
them.
at least-
Well, something came in and knocked them over, but guess what? They didn't come apart. It was
Yeah.
still together, and my bees were still there.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay,
Ratchet
good.
straps, I mean, they're
So-
ugly. They're not pretty, but you
Yeah.
know, it is
Yeah,
what
we
it is.
ratchet strapped them all. Did you? I'm putting these, I'm not putting them down at the old bee yard. I'm going to do something that I'm not supposed to do, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that colony is ready to split. It's going to be a first thing in the morning split.
Yeah.
You know,
Now, you've got some that have mouse guards
Yes.
and some that don't. Do you notice any difference?
in the wintertime, right
Yeah.
now, it's more or less just my laziness.
Okay, I
Pulling
was
them off.
just wondering.
Yeah.
Because we usually keep mouse guards on, and I was like, I didn't know if it was, I never played with it saying, okay,
Mouth, I definitely in winter, fall and winter, I 100% mouth
Right.
guards. And the reason is because one year I actually was kind of late to the game on putting it up, and we went to go and do an inspection, and there was a little petrified mouse in the bottom.
in the bottom.
completely covered with the propolis. So
Right.
I mean,
No.
you know.
Now,
it's what it
for
is.
those people that don't know what I'm talking about, is this hive here,
Yeah.
the opening is wide open. This one, even though it's been cocked out for
split.
airflow, there's a piece of wire here. That wire is stable over the opening, and the bees can get in and out, but mice and other rodents can't. So I was in panic mode yesterday when you said they were ready, because I have deep frame pieces and parts. I don't buy them put together because it's more expensive.
Yeah.
And I know I have them because I bought them when I bought my 2 new deep boxes. Can't find them. So I came up with 4 frames, and this is a 5 frame nuke, and you said you were running 9 instead of 10.
I'm running 9. This is a new thing we're doing this year. I started talking with a few other beekeepers and getting an idea on how they do it. I know a lot of people say it's better to do it for your honey supers, not so much your brood boxes, but we are giving it a shot. It seems to be working well. They don't seem to be drawing any comb on the sides. But what I
Good.
am seeing is it's a lot easier for me to be able to manipulate the frames.
Right.
And I'm not rolling any bees.
Right.
So, which is kind of why we're sticking to it. Depending on where you get your supplies from, they're not all the same. So I'm noticing some frames are a little bit wider, then some
Right.
frames are a little bit like this.
Right.
So it's like you go to try to push something in and it's not working. So 9 frame seems to be doing okay. We've recently kind of started switching our supplier, so that's why we got a couple of new boxes. I'm going to be retiring a few of our boxes just because they're starting to, they need to be repaired, which is the winter project. That's what you do when you're not working the bees. But you know, I think I found some supplies that I really enjoyed. The bees seem to be doing well with it, you know.
Do you like the plastic frames?
So I do, yes, on the black.
But the white is kind of eh.
The white's not bad. It just depends on what they're waxed with. You know, if they're waxed very well with that cell right stuff, the bees do fine. They draw very well.
See, I was thinking about taking some
Actually, that one should have at least one new.
Okay.
That they've already drawn out.
Okay.
And it's the black frame.
Okay.
And you'll see it. What I like about it is you can see the eggs.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because the eggs are white. You have to hold it a certain, we have to hold it a certain way in the light to see them if they're not.
There's some controversy with it. Some people don't like the plastic. The wax foundations, I don't mind.
Right.
But if I'm spinning honey, I definitely think the plastic is going to be a lot easier.
We might have to rent your spinner for a weekend.
There we go. Just have a spinning party. No, I mean, I've learned throughout the years what I like and what I don't like, but you know, it's one of those things. There's a million different ways to do it.
Oh yeah.
And nobody's wrong, nobody's right. It's however you want to do it. You know, when it comes down to it. So, but the bees don't seem to mind. So, and they're drawing out and booming.
These corrugated nukes do well in the rain?
These do, yes. They got like a wax coating, so we've got a couple of different nuke boxes. I've got a plywood one back there. That needs to be painted, I will say.
See, I don't have my boxes painted either. I was going to try to go without painting them.
If you could, I saw where somebody was taking the wood, or taking a torch.
Yeah, I love that look.
I kind of like that too, so we might play around with some of that. But
this little girl is, oh, I think I have a bee in my bonnet. Ooh. No, I think oh, maybe my phone vibrated. I've got my phone on my side. Maybe it was my phone.
I hate when that happens. I'm like, ah!
It's like, oh, a bee in my bonnet.
But yeah, I mean, we've got a couple of different nuke boxes. I think I'm going to try one more style next year. They're not horrible. They're even though they're cardboard, they have like a wax film on it.
See, that's what I was thinking with the plastic frames. If I ever needed to, I could just take some beeswax, melt it down, and put a layer on.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not filling up the cells.
As long as you're not filling up.
Right.
Yeah.
You just get a real thin skim on there.
I've seen a couple people and brush, scrape it on there, and it works fine.
Cool.
You know, but yeah. I mean, I've got a bucket of wax that I need to render down. Right. Still.
Now, when you're building your frames, because I know you build your frames, did you buy a jig? Or did you build a jig?
We made a little jig.
I was going to say, I've got a jig.
I need to put out a video of that. I think I need to do that.
I've got a jig that'll do mediums and deeps that I bought from Brushy before they went out of business when we were doing bees way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. You just lay things in there and just take the nail gun and go pat, 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 right across.
Our first couple of years, we built a lot of them, and then some of them we bought already pre-built, and I'm noticing
they fell apart, didn't they?
Oh my gosh. So that's kind of why we're in the midst of configuring everything, and eventually I'm going to go to one style. The whole part of this is studying. You know, what do we like? Why do we like it? You know, I've learned this year that deeps 100%. Not a big fan of mediums with the brood, but I'll use it as long as I have enough. You know, so it's kind of that. Now this winter was extremely mild, so we
Watch us have a real hard winter. Me trying to get these through there.
You know, and that's just kind of figuring out, you know, however you want to.
And do you insulate it all in the winter?
We have a coat box that we make. A lot of it's basically honey supers that we've made into a coat box. I have like a metal mesh, and then I do the pine chips and then the burlap. But I do like a Vivaldi shim so that if we want to supplement, there's a space that we can supplement. We've done that for a couple of years, and we've had a very successful overwintering with that.
Good.
I will also do...
You need to do a video on that.
I think I have one. I need to look. I also wrap our entire bee yard with the windbreak fence.
Right, okay.
Just to give it that extra, it's like that snow fence
Right.
stuff.
The wire with the board slats.
Yep.
I hope I'm moving them to a good spot, because we had bees. Well, we actually had bees before you had bees, remember?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a long time ago. And where we had them, we never could overwinter one. Even in the mild winters, we couldn't overwinter a hive.
Is
so
it sunny or?
It's got a good bit of sun.
Yeah.
And so I'm moving them back behind the fence, kind of right behind the house, but not in the yard where the dogs and the kids play, but right off the back, and should be far enough away that the mowers and whatnot aren't going to bother them.
I mean, as long as, like, I mow here.
Yeah, we mowed right up, and we weed eated in the bee yard when we had them. You have to, but
you know what I like is I prefer full sun during the day. You know, afternoon they get shade.
It is kind of in the woods line, but I'm not putting it right at the wood line, just kind of out, and they have this big strip.
And then as long as they, you know, a lot of people really prefer them to kind of face the direction of the sun.
Right.
That kind of gets them going a little bit faster in the morning. But, you know, there again, you hear that, and then you go and you see feral hives in trees in the middle of the woods.
Right.
You know, so there's a million different ways you can do it.
Right.
You know, but for the most part, for us, we have a very low hive beetle count. We really don't have any issues.
Do you treat?
With that. We do treat.
Apgard?
We do oxalic acid. We do a triple method. It's worked well when we do a mite count. If we need it, then we'll do it. We've had a very successful state inspection.
Good.
Everything looks great. You know.
Did you ever use Honeybee Healthy?
I did use Honeybee Healthy, and it actually really does work.
I have some.
It really works. I mean, I noticed a big difference in the brood when we use it, you know, but this year I haven't.
Right, and they're doing great. Yeah. So why do it, right?
It's a study, you know, what are you using it because everybody else is using it, or, you know, so it's really, this year is kind of our hands-off approach in a way. We're letting them
do their thing. Yeah, because that's what we always did. We were always against using all any chemicals.
Right. Oxalic acid is the only thing that I'm very much okay with. You know, it is considered organic. You know, as long as you don't use it on the honey supers, you know, you want to use it just on the if there's a brood break. Now, however, I really will say I think a lot of our success in our mite count is because we've been splitting so much. So we're doing more of a mechanical split versus a chemical. But, you know, that's been a big thing for us. We have split tremendously.
See, I think this is what John's afraid is going to happen.
Yeah, you're gonna one bee turn to 2 bees. The next thing you know, you got 6, and then 10, and you know, it's bee math. That dinosaur kale.
Yeah, we've got some of that too. That's why I know. I noticed. I can tell what it was.
This is our first year growing this, and then I've got beets that are good on this side.
Mm-hmm.
Still kind of figuring out, laying out the line. You know.
Right.
Gardening, I've always done a little bit of gardening.
You
but
know, Amy at Homesteaders of America is doing the Grow Your Own Food series.
Yeah.
We're doing the garden series
That's
too. We did
awesome.
the series with the meat and quail, raising quail.
I did the bees.
And
I need to figure out if I can do a.
now we're doing the garden. And you know, our garden is not that big, but it's still,
Yeah.
you don't have to have a big garden.
No, you don't. No, it's nice now. Like everything is kind of starting to become alive. You know.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm seeing. And this year, we're trying a few new things. This year, I'm actually using that ground cover.
Right, I see that.
You know, so that's going to be, I think, a game changer for us gardening.
Right. You're just trying a little bit of it.
Yeah. Well, I did this, and then.
And you got your propane torch. You're burning.
That was fun. This morning. So yeah, this is a new thing for us, and then the boys built a little scrap trellis for me, which has been great. I've got a couple of beds that I need to fill,
and you're making these, aren't you?
Yeah, these are some of our cedar, and then I still have to plant. Oh my gosh, I still have to plant. I have a lot to do.
So do we.
A lot.
I'm glad I'm not the only one behind.
No.
All right, let's get out here and get this nuke box.
Yeah, they're ready.
Put it in my car.
Yeah.
And hope they don't get out, because there's a story behind these. They've gotten out once today.
Yeah, they did, and I got probably the bulk, more than the bulk in.
Right.
Do you want to feel how?
Yep. Put it right there in front of the.
Here, I'll let you feel how heavy it is. And do your squats.
Here, do my squat. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
I know. Those are healthy, hardy girls. They're very hardy. So tonight I would just, you know, you can put them in place, and then
I'll just put them in place.
now the bottom is screened. There's a screen opening.
Oh, you did get inspected.
I
Look
did
at
get
this.
inspected. I'm all
awesome.
state official. I'm all
Official.
state official.
Yeah, that thing is heavy.
Yeah.
I'll just set them in there with their new frames and hope that by 3 days from now I don't have to add another box.
No. Hopefully. I'm telling you though, there were 2 solid frames of straight brood. And I was like the whole thing. I was like, oh my gosh.
Right.
So it's a good colony. It's ready. They're ready for this.
I got a little girl in there trying to get in.
Yeah.
You must have missed one.
So tonight, you know, they're probably going to be a little frustrated. So if you don't do it tonight, you probably do it tomorrow. But open this up. This is where the tape is. There's a little opening right in there. You know.
So you want me to just sit them in the...
Set them in the place that they're going to go, because they're going to do a little bit of an orientation flight. And
then you want me to put them over into the box when?
You could probably do that tomorrow.
Tomorrow when I get home?
Yeah.
Or the next day?
Or the next day. The earlier the better. If you can do it earlier, they'll be a little bit happier.
I was thinking about going home and doing it tonight, but...
If you do, just get your smoker ready. So, just
yeah, because they've been flying.
They've been a little busy today.
Okay, do not fall over that, please. This way. Right in the middle. The entrance comes this to me. Yes. Perfection.